Earth's protective blanket, the greenhouse effect. Our Earth is a miracle, a vibrant planet teeming with life. We see this life everywhere, from the lush rainforest to the icy polar regions. Imagine our planet wrapped in a warm, invisible blanket. This blanket, our atmosphere, traps just the right amount of heat from the sun, keeping Earth at a temperature suitable for life. Without this natural process, our planet would be a frigid, barren wasteland. However, this delicate balance is under threat. Human activities are altering the composition of our atmosphere, thickening this blanket and trapping more heat than ever before. This imbalance, this excessive warming, is what we call global warming, and it poses a significant threat to the future of our planet. Understanding the greenhouse effect and the role we play in its intensification is crucial. A delicate balance. How the greenhouse effect works. The greenhouse effect is a natural process, much like a greenhouse used to grow plants. Imagine the glass walls of a greenhouse. Sunlight streams through the glass, warming the air and the plants inside. The glass walls then trap this warmth, preventing it from escaping back into the atmosphere. In a similar way, certain gases in our atmosphere, called greenhouse gases, trap heat from the sun. These gases act like the glass walls of the greenhouse, allowing sunlight to enter but preventing some of the heat from escaping back into space. The most important greenhouse gas is carbon dioxide, or CO2. Other greenhouse gases include methane, nitrous oxide, and water vapor. These gases exist naturally in our atmosphere, and they play a vital role in regulating Earth's temperature. However, human activities are releasing these gases into the atmosphere at an alarming rate, disrupting the natural balance and causing the planet to warm at an unprecedented rate. Too much, and we face the catastrophic consequences of a rapidly warming world. Human impact, turning up the heat. For millennia, the Earth's greenhouse effect remained relatively stable, allowing life to flourish and evolve. However, the dawn of the Industrial Revolution marked a turning point. Human activities, particularly the burning of fossil fuels, began to release massive amounts of greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. Fossil fuels like coal, oil, and natural gas are formed from the remains of ancient plants and animals. When we burn these fuels to power our homes, industries, and vehicles, we release the carbon stored within them back into the atmosphere as carbon dioxide. This excess CO2 acts like a thickening blanket, trapping more heat and warming the planet. Deforestation, agriculture, and industrial processes also release significant amounts of greenhouse gases. Trees act as natural carbon sinks, absorbing CO2 from the atmosphere. When we cut down forests, we not only remove these carbon absorbers, but also release the stored carbon back into the atmosphere, further exacerbating the problem. The Earth's average temperature has risen by about 1 degree Celsius since the late 19th century, and this warming trend is continuing at an alarming rate. Section 4. The consequences. Our planet in peril. The consequences of this accelerated warming are far-reaching and increasingly evident in every corner of our globe. The polar ice caps are melting at an alarming rate, contributing to rising sea levels that threaten coastal communities and ecosystems. Extreme weather events, such as hurricanes, droughts, and wildfires, are becoming more frequent and intense, causing widespread damage and displacement. Warming oceans are leading to coral bleaching, threatening marine biodiversity and the livelihoods of millions who depend on healthy oceans. Changes in temperature and precipitation patterns are affecting agricultural yields, putting global food security at risk. Climate change exacerbates poverty, inequality, and social unrest. The scientific evidence is overwhelming. Climate change is real, it is happening now, and it is driven by human activities. Section 5. The urgent call to action, reducing emissions. Now, the urgency of the climate crisis cannot be overstated. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change has issued a stark warning. We must reduce global greenhouse gas emissions by 45% by 2030 and reach net zero emissions by 2050 to limit global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. We must transition away from fossil fuels and embrace clean, renewable energy sources such as solar, wind, and geothermal power. We must invest in energy efficiency, sustainable transportation, and innovative technologies that reduce our reliance on carbon-intensive practices. Governments must implement ambitious policies to promote renewable energy, regulate emissions, and invest in climate resilience. Businesses must adopt sustainable practices, reduce their carbon footprint, and innovate new solutions. And individuals, each and every one of us, must recognize our role and responsibility in this collective effort. Section 6. Our part to play: actions for a sustainable future. While the scale of the climate crisis can feel overwhelming, it is important to remember that every action counts. We all have a part to play in reducing our environmental impact and creating a more sustainable future. By making conscious choices in our daily lives, we can collectively make a difference. Simple actions like switching to energy-efficient appliances, using public transportation, or carpooling whenever possible, and reducing our reliance on single-use plastics can have a significant impact. Supporting sustainable businesses and products is another powerful way to drive change. By choosing products with minimal packaging, opting for locally sourced goods, and supporting companies committed to environmental responsibility, we can influence market demand for sustainable practices. By staying informed about environmental issues, supporting organizations working on climate solutions, and engaging in constructive dialogue with elected officials, we can help raise awareness and push for policies that protect our planet. Section 7. A shared responsibility. Together, we can make a difference. The challenges posed by climate change are significant, but they are not insurmountable. By embracing the urgency of the situation, working together and taking action, we can create a brighter and more sustainable future for all. We have the knowledge, the technology, and the collective will to address this crisis and create a world where both people and nature can thrive. It is easy to feel powerless in the face of such a global challenge, but we must remember that even small actions, multiplied by millions, can create a ripple effect of change. By making conscious choices, supporting sustainable practices, and advocating for a healthier planet, we can collectively make a difference. The future of our planet depends on the choices we make today. Let us act now before it is too late.